some students standing already on the stage, ready for the next plan. And so the playground is not very big, and more students, they are sitting in their classroom watching this live. And does this remind your childhood? Does this remind the very first day of your primary school years? And actually, on the first day of the school, no matter it is a mid-school or primary school, there will always be a flag hoisting ceremony in Macau.
这就是今天开学仪式的第一项内容。
Well, this is the very first thing they do at the opening ceremony today.
同时升起的是五星红旗和澳门特别行政区区旗。
What's hoisted is the flag of the Macau SAR and the national flag of China.
今天在澳门开学的学校总共是有17所。
So today in Macau we have 17 schools opening, and there was another school who opened yesterday, but yesterday in Macau there was a very big typhoon, and some schools they cancelled their opening, and that is why a lot of the middle schools are opening today. And I didn't imagine that I'm wearing the same suits as the girls here in this middle school. We chose this school because this school is very representative, and it was established in 1932. It has a long history to this day, and so they have this comprehensive service covering primary school to high school, and this is the school that has attracted the largest number of students, and it has a very good performance over the years. And it was established in 1932, and it has a long list of famous alumni, and these alumni, they are working at all the corners of the world. So now the students, they are entering the auditorium for the second session of the ceremony, and some of the students, they are sitting inside the classroom watching this ceremony live. Well, this reminds me of my school years. So, the first day of the school semester is the time for you to reunion with your friends, and you can ask your friends what they did in the holiday and what are the new ideas that they want to share. So it's a reunion time. Actually, Haojiang Middle School is very popular here in Macau, but despite of this, each class has the maximum of 25 students, and but some of the class they may have as many as 60 students. Now we are entering the small auditorium of the school. So our guest today, she is the president of Hougang Middle School. Good morning. So I just took a look at the flag hoisting ceremony, and it has been raining and it's very touching. So I'm very glad to be here. And today we also have a lot of parents coming with us. And we have the director of teaching, director of administrative service, and they are all joining us today. So this is the uniform. Yes, this is the white-colored uniform of our school. And because white is the color of purity, and this is the right color for today. So we will let President Tian go, and she will be with us later. As I said, that not all the schools in Macau open today, and a lot of the schools they are free to choose a day of opening. But most of the schools open on either September the 2nd or September the 3rd. So all the students arise and they sing the song of the middle school. Madam Li Weiming, head of the Parents Union, Director Liang, the Supervisory Committee of the Parents Union, and members of the Parents Committee, distinguished guests, dear President, dear students, dear parents, good morning. So today marks the first day of the 2019 summer semester, and we are very delighted to be here for this opening ceremony. On September the 1st, the Channel 1 of China's Central Television had a program called the first class of the new semester, and the activity carries the title of the 5 Stars Flag, I'm Proud of You. And this is a song that is sung all across China, and a similar song, a patriotic song, is also seen here in Macao Middle School, a school that is very patriotic. And in the program, there was a 5-star flag. This is making all the Macao alumni very proud, and we are very touched by this scene because the President Yu Duanyang, the president of our school, was also there at the program. And let's give President Yu and some of our classmates and schoolmates a big round of applause. So the first class of the new semester was the program initiated in 2008. It was jointly initiated by China's Ministry of Education and the China Central Television, and it's a national program, for students. And the program has made us very inspired, and it has also touched the students all across China, according to Xinnan Weibo. They say that in Macau, there was a school which has been persistent in hosting the opening ceremony for every semester for 70 years. And may I now invite all of you to take a look at this part of the program so that we can have a recap this very important program about love, about faith, and about patriotism. Welcome to our program. My name is Sabening. I'm the moderator today. So, if you want to take a look at this program, you can find it online, and I won't take too much of your time here. So, thank you very much for coming back to us, and can you give us a very brief introduction about this middle school? And Macao is just like Macau, and so you're called Macao Middle School. From the name we can see it's a very famous school. So it has been 87 years since we were established, and it was founded by a group of patriots, and the very founder of our school, he followed with another patriot, and Mr. Huang, and he was the second president of our middle school. And so they established this school out of a strong sense of patriotism. And so that is why we have been passing down this very important spirit. And we are the first school in Macau to hoist a 5-star flag. And we are committed to cultivating talents for Macau, for the motherland, and for China at large. And no matter how the time changes, we remain unswerving in this aspect. So this school also has very good performance. Yes, indeed, and the students here are very lucky, and the when the parents recognize your value, and then they are very willing to send their students here. And there are a lot of the channels for our graduates, and they can go to the mainland, and they can also enter universities in Macau. And each and every year there are 50 universities all across China who come here to recruit students, so which is why that we have a enrollment university admission rate of 100%. Well, I have learned that Macao Middle School attaches great importance to arts and sports. Is that so? Yes, because we believe that qualification-oriented education is very important, and we have to integrate that concept into our curriculum, so we can guarantee that each week there are 2 PE classes, and we also have arts class and painting class and music class. And we believe that this is very important in educating the students with arts, and they can also further build their strength, their physical well-being through the PE class. And we believe without a healthy and strong body, you can never have any dream come into a reality. So I also learned that schools here are very free. You can choose your textbook, you can choose which day you open. Is that the situation? Yes, Macau is a very diverse place, and we have very strict rules, but we are also quite free. And in the past, the Portuguese government, they didn't pay much attention to education here, and the different associations and the parties in Macau, they just studied on their own to engage in education. And so schools, we all enjoy a very high level of autonomy, and we have to follow the basic regulation of the Macau basic law, and but despite that, we have a high level of autonomy. We are all very curious. What are the textbooks like? And so is it similar to our books, or let's just enter into a classroom and let's take a look at their textbooks. And we are quite wondering, what textbooks are the students using. We use a diverse range of textbooks. We have textbooks that we formulate on our own. We also have textbooks from the mainland. I have to interrupt you here. Those are the trophies that you have earned? Yes. Oh, this is amazing. So this is only a fraction of the trophies that we have obtained, and our students, they go to all sorts of competitions, and we attach great importance to qualification-oriented education. So we hope that our students can gain confidence through different competitions. There are many different types of competition in the field of arts, sports, and also in the academic field. So you must be very proud seeing this. Yes, indeed. And the students, they are also very proud. And they know that they are studying at a very good and recognized school. And we have a slogan in the school, goes as, today I'm proud of my school, and tomorrow my school will be proud of me. Alright, so are we going to interview the students? To do so, we must obtain the approval of their parents.
大家早上好，不好意思打搅了。早上好，我们是中央电视台的记者。 就是跟
morning.
这个是一个电视台。
So we are from CGTN, and I'm from the news channel, and we are broadcasting live regarding the very first class of your semester. And let's take a look at some of your textbooks. So we have some school-based curriculum. For example, this book is about our very first president of the Macao Middle School. So we have books that are formulated by ourselves. And this is the mathematics textbook. So we are using this textbook from China's Ministry of Education, but this is slightly adjusted here in Macau, and this is for the second grade in middle school. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if you can handle this quiz. Well, I never know how I survived the middle school. So for mathematics, we teach them how to think in a logical manner. And it doesn't matter how many quizzes that they can solve. What matters is that if they will be able to solve the problem in a logical manner. So is it of the same difficulty with students on the mainland? So we will only make a distinction of liberal arts and engineering, science in middle school, and he has studied in China's mainland. Maybe you can share some of your experience with the moderator. So our students, they are never afraid of mathematics, and we are learning this. This is a very difficult subject, but we're not afraid of it because we conduct the class in a very interesting manner. I graduated from Hokkan Middle School. I went to study a university in China's northeast after approved by China's Ministry of Education. I later studied to Tsinghua University, and then I came back to Hokkan. Wow, you made a very big change, from Macau to China's northeastern part. It must be very cold. So is it different, what you studied and what you are teaching right now? And traditionally, we were learning school-based curriculum. Right now, the textbooks are much better. Then we made a decision. We transformed to the nationally approved textbook because it's much better. So is it more difficult? In terms of difficulty, the original school-based curriculum, it was much harder, but I believe that the new textbook is much better and it inspires the spirit of innovation. And the old textbook focuses more on those difficult quizzes. All right, thank you very much. So this is morality and mental qualities. So this is very important, and you can take a look at here. And on this page, this is about news and media. So this allows the students to know what rights that they have, the freedom of expression, and what are the basic rights of citizens. So here we have a brief introduction about the society in Macau, and so it's much intimate to our daily realities. And so we have some basic introduction about the society, about the city. We also have introductions about the election. We also have introductions on socioeconomy. So it touches upon many different areas and aspects. So this is very comprehensive. This allows them to know what rights and obligations that they have as a citizen. So this is jointly formulated in association with the education office of Macao. For example, here we have a class about the responsibilities of media. So because they are only in connection with a limited number of media, and they can develop their own thinking. So we also have a class about China's national administration. For example, what is the National People's Congress? What is the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference? So what is your favorite subject? My favorite one is just this one. Because why? Because when I was a kid, I think this is very dull and boring. I think it's conducted in a very interesting manner, and secondly, it enlightens me of the rights that I so deserve. So what do you think is the most funny part? I think the most interesting part is about the rights that we have as a citizen. Very good. Thank you very much. So do any of you like history? Do you like history? Everybody is pointing at you, and so you must be an expert in history. So he likes history, right? So you like history class? Yes, can I take a look at your history book? I don't have it here, so let me ask, do any of you have history textbooks here? So it's in the classroom next door. So why everybody say that you love history? Well, because I'm very good at history, I have very good scores in history. Which part of the history are you most interested in? About the part about Chinese culture, the Chinese history, the brilliant, profound history of China draws his attention. Thank you very much. Sorry for this interruption. Thank you very much. Thank you all. All right, let's go to another classroom. And because we have to negotiate with the teachers and the parents for them to approve our activity in advance. All right, good morning. Sorry to interrupt. Do any of you have history textbook? All right, can you take it out? And so she's Miss Lee. She's also an alumnus from Macao Middle School, and then she returned here to teach in this middle school. So we have two different uniforms, and when they are not having the PE class, they just wear this white-colored uniform. So which student is best at history? So everybody is looking at you. Why? What's your name? My name is Lu Junyi. So this is the textbook that you are going to learn this year. Can I take a look? Which part of the history do you like the most? I like the ancient part of the Chinese history. So you think the ancient time is much more funny? Is this because of too much time watching TV? Yes. So this history book is slightly different from the books that we read when we were a primary school student. So this is also edited and formulated here in Macao. We focus on facts, and we also focus heavily on the local history here. And this is the second year of the history class, and it's very similar to the history books that we studied. The only difference is that it's in old and the old Chinese characters. So the students, they all like the brilliant Chinese culture. In addition to that, we talk about the Opium War. We also talk about the Liberation War, and for the second part of this history class, we would focus on the period between 1911 to 1949, so which is the modern part of the history. And we also so you also have a history about the contemporary part of China. So this is very comprehensive. Yes, we focus on a very comprehensive teaching. So I'm very curious what are the students are learning in terms of history and Chinese. And yesterday I visited here and I saw a lot of the students, they are very interested in history, and it's just like reading a storybook. Chinese history is very time-honored and profound, and its culture is also very brilliant. So its history class is always very exciting, and we also have, and of course, you have the Opium War, and a lot of the students can connect what they learn here in history books and also in the reality. For example, this is about the tobacco control, opium control in late Qing dynasty. Here in Macau, we have a museum about Lin Zexu. So that's why the students are very interested. We have another history figure who's called Zheng Fanyin. We have a museum about him as well. So because the relics are very well preserved, and the students can make a connection between what they see in reality and what they study here in school. So which university do you want to get into? Shanghai University. Wow, have you been there? Yes, I have actually been there once. Where exactly is that? Which subject do you want to learn? I haven't decided yet. What about you? I want to study in Zhejiang University. So have you given any consideration of the subject? But you look very young. For my dad, and I want to enter into the Peking University because I have visited there twice. It has a very good environment. Which subject do you want to learn? I want to learn finance. Amazing, very good. But finance is a very difficult subject. But I will try my best. Thank you very much. So a lot of the students, they want to study in the mainland for university because there is a lot of opportunities, and the school campus is also very good, and they have a lot of the schoolmates who return to Hong Middle School to introduce the universities about the mainland, and well, this is quite amazing. I didn't think that there were a lot of students who wish to study university in the mainland. Bye bye. So it's always very inspiring to see those young faces, and it's a new semester and they are filled with expectations. And when I was the primary school student, the first day of the new semester is always very depressing, and today I see all of them are very happy. All right, Madam Chen, thank you very much. And are you going to cover some more? We have another team who is covering that. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. So we have another team who is covering the opening ceremony of the primary school of Hokang, and it's a lot more different, and they are not very expressive as the middle school, because the primary school students, they are very shy, and so we have been covering Macau, and we know that there are 80,000 students at the primary school and middle school period, and we are very astonished to learn that they have 14 years of free education, and this covers all the public and private school, and they also attach great importance to diversity. This is not just about language. In terms of language, they learn the Mandarin and Cantonese and also English, and also in terms of culture, they learn different cultures, traditional Oriental cultures and also Western cultures. And also inside the classroom, we learn that a lot of the students, they are looking forward to study in a university on the mainland. And another thing I'm very astonished is that there is a very high degree of freedom. The schools, no matter public school or private school, they are free to choose a opening date, and also they are free to choose a textbook. We have been talking to the students, and they are not shy when speaking in front of a camera, when speaking with a journalist, and they have very strong intention to communicate with strangers. And also in terms of educational equality, Macau ranks on top of the world, and it's ranking on top of the world in terms of educational quality. This is according to independent third-party assessment organizations. And also schools here attach great importance to arts and sports, and we have seen a set of data. They spend the most time on Chinese language, and each and every year there are 200 classes for mathematics, 92 classes for arts, 92 classes for sports, 46 classes every year. So if you combine arts and sports, it's longer hours than mathematics. And despite the fact that the score in sports will not be very important in college entrance examinations, but still they attach great importance to arts and PE. And here in Macau, you feel that the city is very harmonious, but this harmony starts from the school. All right, this is all to today's program, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next program. Thank you.